Hello, everyone. I just wanted to give a little bit of a backstory as to why I'm doing a voiceover for the intro rather than just letting it play by itself. Turns out that the song I used as an intro got muted on Twitch, and I just downloaded the VOD afterwards. So basically, I'll just be recording and streaming it at the same time from now on. Just as a little bit of an intro, our first guest was Dizzy underscore Dlo, DLO. He's one of my favorite people on Twitch and just in general that I've met since I started streaming. He and his wife are absolutely amazing people that do amazing work. You can follow him on Twitter and Twitch as Dizzy underscore DLO. And then his website for his designs and such is designsbydizzy.com. So yeah, thank you. Enjoy.
Friendship right there.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can't really...
Many good things have come from Kami Wummies.
Including me.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Okay. If you wanna do your little pluggy poos, that's also encouraged right now.
Sure. So yeah, I stream usually 3 or 4 days a week on twitch.tv/DizzyDLO. Some people pronounce it dildo, but either way works really.
I'm one of those people.
Ellie, you actually kind of coined it, I would say. There you go. But you can also check out some of my design work and branding works for that I do with my wife at designsbydizzy.com. That's where a lot of the information for me is at, bios and like links to all my different socials and stuff. And yeah.
Totally not biased at all because you've done all of my design work.
That's true, including the graphics for today's Emo Mondays.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like. Yeah.
Okay. So, give me a little bit of backstory into your exposure and influence in emo music and alternative culture.
Yeah, so I feel like I got to the game late. So for those of you that don't know me, I grew up in Knoxville, Tennessee, which for those of you that's kind of uncultured area, I guess. It's just it's fine, mostly country music and good old boys and cowboy shit. And I played baseball like religiously growing up, and it wasn't until I was probably 13 or 14 that one of my friends introduced me to A Day to Remember. And I started listening to it, and then I was immediately like, I love this so much. And it wound up actually just being like my workout and baseball music for years. And I just wound up like meeting new people, going to a few concerts, finding new bands, and it actually just wound up turning into like a behind the scenes workout just while I'm doing all my stuff. And that's kind of how I was introduced to the music itself. And then from there, I actually made a lot of friends, from like the quote unquote emo side of things in high school. And, I was a quote unquote a jock. So it was just always weird for people like, why are you hanging out with them? I was like, cause they're cool people. Have you
their
not
music's
been around these?
dope.
Yeah, they're dope. And one of my good friends, Rodney, introduced me to a couple of new bands, and we just wound up hitting it off and hanging out with a lot of really cool folks all the way through college and stuff. So, yeah, honestly, for me, I'm probably less into that kind of culture than some of the other folks you'll have on the show. But it gave me an appreciation for folks that have like kind of the fuck all attitude, like the just enjoying where you're at, but like kind of fuck you at the same time. And it was cool to be a part of, especially for someone like me who wasn't around the alternative kind of culture growing up, and it just gave me a little bit more insight into like different way people think and like things that people enjoy that maybe I didn't get exposed to, and it was a fun time. Yeah.
Would you mind turning yourself up? Apparently, people on my end are having a hard time hearing you, and I have you cranked.
There we go. That's probably a little bit better?
Probably. You're louder in my earballs.
Cool. That will do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you mentioned A Day to Remember, and we've talked about how they're one of your favorites in the past. What else do you have on that list of favorites? Whether it be bands, albums, whatever.
Okay. So my all-time favorite band ever is actually Soundgarden.
Okay.
Soundgarden, Audio Slave, pretty much anything with Chris Cornell, I'm a huge fan of. Even his, his crossover stuff with like Rage Against the Machine, and like I'm much more of like a grunge boy.
Hmm.
Like when you get down to my core. But like branching off into like those mid bands of like Foo Fighters and such, and then like I started getting into like Fall Out Boy, like really early. I love Jimmy Eat World. I
Hell yeah.
think that they've got a lot of really good albums that are just very kind of like chill in the sense, but like they still kind of hit a little bit harder.
Hmm.
Um, Used to be into the All American Rejects a lot, especially I'm trying to hold on. What was the I think everyone's like go to was like Move Along.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean like you gotta love Move Along, right? Like
Absolutely.
that was on repeat for like 1,000 years for me. Um, and then Blink 182 and actually some of their recent stuff that they came out with, I actually really like. My wife doesn't, but I've been a big fan of Blink 182 for a long time. Um, and it was the one thing I don't know. A lot of people really like this band. I never really got on board with them. Was Green Day? I just never got on board with Green Day.
Really?
I know, and I don't know why either. Like that was
Huh.
always one of those bands that people were like, "Hey, you should check them out. This is a really cool song that I would listen to," and I would just be like, "I don't know,"
That's
I don't know.
wild to me.
It was, yeah, and I never really got into them. So that's, I guess, kind of a fun, weird fact.
I feel you on All American Rejects. I had that album, like whatever I can't remember the name of it, but I had it on repeat throughout the entirety of my eighth grade year. That was
Yep.
one of my favorites, and to this day, I feel like the next track on the album is going to play after I finish listening to each song, because
Oh
I
yeah,
just
hundred
feel
percent.
like it's gonna come next because I listened to it over
Well,
and
yeah,
over in order.
because like I don't know, like every time you listen to like one of those albums from like start to finish, like sometimes I didn't really have like you know like iHeartRadio or whatever
Mm-hmm.
it was back in the day. I literally just had like an MP3 player and that album, and
Mm-hmm.
I would just one to the next to the next to the next, and it was, I don't know, it was kind of like, it's nostalgic to think back about just listening to an album the way the artist wants you to listen to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it just like it just brings you to a different place, and it's so cool. So I feel that.
The first three albums on my first iPod were Green Day's Dookie, American Idiot, and then All American Rejects. And
No
then,
kidding. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. I can't believe you actually don't like Green Day all that much.
It's weird, like, and I don't think it's like it might just be like a principle at this point of like I've gone this long not liking Green Day, and it just be like, like some people are like, I'll never watch Game of Thrones because why would I? And I think it's kind of the same
Okay,
concept for Green Day and me.
I get that. That's how I feel
Yeah.
about Game of Thrones. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah. So did you ever listen to 30 Seconds to Mars? I
Of
know that
course
some
I
people
did.
really hated them. I love 30 Seconds to Mars, and oddly enough, my mom listened to 30 Seconds to Mars
Really?
with me for forever. She loved Jared Leto. It was great. So yeah, like that was. She actually almost went to a concert
No shit.
in Atlanta with me there, and I was like, oh, we didn't get a chance to do it, but that would have been fun to go.
That would have been a blast.
I
It
know, right?
it's always super weird when your parents get into like any of the music that you're into. Like my dad got super into 303 when they were popular and had their CD,
Really?
yeah, their CD want in his car for like 10 years after that came out. And it's just like, "Damn, dad, I didn't realize I had that much of an impact on you." Shit. All right.
Yeah, go for it. All right, cool.
Okay. Uh do you have like a favorite band to see live, or what were your favorite moments from any shows that you've
Oh
been
yeah,
to?
yeah. So I oddly enough I haven't been to a ton of concerts, oddly enough, and most of the ones that I've been to recently have actually been like in the alt rock,
Okay.
like St. Paul and the Broken Bones and stuff
Okay.
with my wife because that's more of her like genre, and they've kind of the hipster culture as of late's been fun with super bold IPAs and fun glasses and shit. Um, but one of my first concerts I ever went to was in Atlanta, and it was Foo Fighters, and
Okay.
that was one of the best concerts I've ever been
Hell
to.
yeah.
They I can't remember what album they were going off of. I want to say I can't. I can't remember. Either way, they blasted Everlong for like a good 15 minutes, and I was just in heaven. It was so much fun. And then I actually went to a Soundgarden and Nine Inch Nails concert
Ooh.
back towards the very end of like 2 years before Chris Cornell passed away, unfortunately. And God, it was like the Soundgarden concert was so surreal because we were at an amphitheater, and it was Nine Inch Nails playing, and then those that don't know, their concerts kind of get wild, and Soundgarden comes on after Nine Inch Nails, and like all the hardcore. Like we were sitting at the very back of this amphitheater, and to the right of us there was like this dominatrix with a guy in like a harness and like full on latex, like crawling on the ground. Then to our left there were people just having like, we were in Georgia at the time, so like having bongs out in public, which is like, what the hell are you doing? I'm in California now, I don't care, but it was just like, I was like 20 years old, I couldn't even drink yet, and I was just like, what is happening? And they started playing Black Hole Sun, and one of the largest storms to ever hit the Georgia area for that year rolled in as the song started, and it was the eeriest shit I've ever been a part of, but like it was the coolest experience because it got cold, it started raining, everything got dark, and it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was super cool. It just felt like it just sounded like, it felt like someone was summoning the demons. It was great.
That straight up sounds like it was from a movie.
Yeah, I
like,
know. It was
absolutely.
Crazy.
That must have been fucking cool as shit to experience.
It was really cool, and it was kind of strange because like there was like people brought their dogs. It was like it was outside, but like all the dogs started like howling and jumping around and stuff, and it almost felt like The Day After Tomorrow, where like all the wolves are like freaking out and shit. Like it felt like that. We're like, we have to go. This is scary, but it was a lot of fun. It was really cool.
Fuck, that's bad fucking ass.
I know. It's like, and of course, like, it had to be at a Nine Inch Nails and Soundgarden concert. Like, that,
absolutely,
it fits perfectly.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you? What are some good ones?
Ooh, memorable concert moments. My very first time actually moshing, I got headbutted, and I chipped my tooth because their head hit my lip ring. And of all bands, it was that fucking Motion City soundtrack. Definitely not a band.
Hardcore, bro.
Oh, totally. It's totally fucking hardcore. But, let's see. Fucking, seeing 3 different pits open up for Slayer's Raining Blood. One in the way that the theater was laid out was, there was like a general admission kind of pit, then seats, and then an open lawn area. And the fact that there was a fucking pit in the seats terrified me.
Oh. Like, was it like in the actual like bleacher seats?
Yeah.
Like
yeah, there were 3 separate mosh pits. One for each section. And just fucking watching them jump over the fucking seats and shit blew my fucking mind.
Oh man.
In terms of like super impactful moments, there's not a whole lot. Just realizing that, oh my god, this is what happiness feels like. This is my happy place during like any fucking Breathe Carolina show or any pop punk band, just bouncing up and down around the fucking place. I did get far too intoxicated, and I passed out right before Panic at the Disco came on one time. And I woke up for Bohemian Rhapsody, and then I fell back asleep.
What a thing to wake up for, though.
Yeah, it was magical.
There you go. Fun fact, one of my buddy Perkinji, way back in the day, he's a drummer, and he had a couple of alt bands that he was in, and they actually opened for Panic at the Disco right before they went on their first like large tour. Yeah, fun fact.
I should reach out to him, see if he wants to be on an episode of this shit. I think he'd be
heck yeah,
great option.
He's a part of the music culture like pretty deeply until like they moved that here to Cali, but in Arizona and Nevada, and like they did a lot of cool stuff. He's certainly a cool person to talk to about it.
Absolutely, I think I'll have to DM him, see if he is interested at all. I feel like we're flying through the list of questions that I had, and I don't necessarily want to, because like an hour and a half is kind of what I was shooting for with this. So, for now, let's go ahead and skip over the recommendation question because I know that we talked about that before we started. Do you have any like underrated bands that you think should have gotten more attention than they actually had back in the day, or any now?
Um, Off the top of my head, I mean, like, I'm probably more of like the poster boy of like listening to what everyone else listened to. So like most of the time, I don't think I'm certainly not like other folks where it's like finding the niche bands or the ones that are maybe a little bit smaller, especially as of late. But there's one particular creator that he's really big on YouTube. But he just came out with a solo album. His name is Jonathan Young. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of him.
I
But
have not.
he got big out of like doing the kind of the emo punk rock covers of like Disney songs.
Okay.
And like he did that over like the last 10 years or whatever. And you know, he does a lot of like anime songs and you know like kind of your run of the mill cover artist. But he just came out with a new album called Starship Velociraptor. And it is kind of an absurd like punk meets heavy metal like synth wave feel. It's a really weird,
Interesting.
like it's a weird crossover, but it is just so entertaining and fun to listen to. And yeah, it's his first time making like a solo album, and it really is quite good, especially if you kind of like some outlandish rock.
Absolutely.
So I would recommend checking him out. He does some cool stuff in the past, but it's just a fun album to listen to.
What was his name? Because absolutely, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, Jonathan Young, I think just one J. And you can get most of his stuff on Spotify as well.
Perfect. Because I plan on making a playlist after a while of all the guests' recommendations and shit.
Yeah. Starship Velociraptor. Yeah, that album is on. I downloaded his, so I've just got it all on my PC. But yeah, he's got it on Spotify. It's very fun to listen to, and plus the other cool thing is that it's completely copyright free, so you can stream it and do whatever you need to with it. So I use a lot of this stuff for like some of my alerts and like things like that because he just gives you the license to it.
Hell yeah.
For fellow streamer friends that might need something like that, it's quite good. I would highly recommend.
I'll absolutely
plus
check
he's
it out.
just kind of a cool dude, and it's skipping a question down towards the bottom, but I would definitely trust this guy with a drink. So.
I mean, that is the next question. We can just move on to that one. Out of any bands and shit that you have listened to, who would or would you not trust with a drink at a party?
Marilyn Manson would not trust with
Fuck
a drink.
no.
But Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine 100% would be like, here, hold my beer real quick. I think that he would just be someone that I would want to never trust.
Psychos.
Never trust any punk rock band, period.
Well, to be fair, we are outside of the typical demographic on that one because we are over 18.
That's true. That is very true. Tom Morello for sure. He's just kind of a cool dude all the way around, and I feel like just getting a beer with him would be a fun time. Just he's gone through a lot of stuff from not only a musician standpoint, but he's gone through a lot of like, I mean, heck, he was one of the Rage Against the Machine, then Audioslave, and then a lot of other projects that he's worked on. But like, I don't know, he's done a lot of social justice type things, and it would just be cool to get like his take on like the music that he makes and how he's wanting it to impact the people that listen to it. I think that conversation would be so cool on a one-on-one basis,
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that would be cool. What about you? I've got a couple others, but who are some folks for you?
Ooh, who would I trust versus not trust with a drink? Ooh,
Yeah,
let me look at my Spotify real quick. Any of the dudes from This Wildlife, absolutely trust with my drink. They are some of the nicest people I've ever met in general, not just band wise, but they were the first band that I took a picture with after I transitioned, after I came out.
Oh yeah, I think you sent me that picture. Yeah, that's what's up.
And then an artist that I would not trust with my drink obviously would be Ronnie Radke, because he's just a piece of shit. Huge piece of shit. Kat, did you just fucking
I mean,
say that at the
that's
same
fair.
time? I love it here. Also Attila, yeah, that's definitely on the list of not trusting. Okay. Before I loop back to recommendations, um,
Yeah.
in terms of like culture from the old school emo days, what would you bring back to now? Obviously, I I would say hair because I've never grown out of that phase.
I mean, I think hair. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm at 20. What? How old am I? Like what? Just
Dude,
from
I don't even know.
26.
You're 26?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just from 26. Yeah,
Fuck.
and I know, and like, well, I just bleached my hair for the first time as an adult. Like honestly, like why not? And yeah, I think I don't know, just I think culture's starting to get there a little bit more of like just completely accepting people's outwards appearance for the sake of just accepting people. And I don't think people back in like the early 2000s to 2010 really got, I don't know, like there was certainly a culture that accepted people for what they were, but like I feel like it's getting a little bit more to these days more accepting. So I feel like, I don't know, the outlandish like super baggy pants with like chain wallets and shit like that. I kind of loved that look, and just everything black band t-shirts, like yeah, everything ripped, but not in the sense of like trying to make it like grungy and fashion forward, but just for the sake of like, fuck it, this is what I'm wearing today. I kind of miss that personally.
So, Jenko jeans and chain wallets is what Dizzy wants to bring back.
100% actually. I kind of love that. Yeah, what?
No, I love it.
What?
Go for it. Go for it.
This is me at the core of my being. Baggy pants and a chain wallet and blue spiked hair
Perfect.
and a yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah, totally.
Let's give you Liberty Spikes and we'll call it good.
Yeah, okay.
Also, I know when we were talking about the design for the logo for this.
Yeah.
I wanted to base it off of like the really fucking neon band tees that you used to see all the time. And personally, I miss the fuck out of that style because it was just so fucking
too.
in your face and out there. I think we should bring that back 100%.
I totally think so. Well, and I don't know. It's so cool. Man pants will never feel right. I agree. Man pants never feel right ever.
I was laughing at what Dan said because Dan said Dizzy with frosted tips when.
I mean, just let me grow out my roots and we'll be good.
Dizzy with the Justin Timberlake ramen hair.
Oh, not a bad idea. I could get on board with that. But if I did that, I would have to get like an entire jean tuxedo.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, a Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah. Oh, man. I could so go for a Canadian tuxedo.
Dizzy?
Psycho, send it to me, please. Get one for Theodore and also send it to me, eh?
I am absolutely in love with this.
I love that idea. Yeah, but like I agree. I think the like kind of the grungy neon kind of like I don't know, like New York subway with graffiti. Like that type of look is just the coolest thing ever. And it's one of the reasons why I love A Day to Remember. And like a lot of other bands have this too, but like Bad Vibrations, that album just is such a good look.
Absolutely.
I love the 2009 Homesick, with like the tunnel with like all the like different like trees and like blue and purple stuff. Like I love that look. And I think like that type of look and feel will eventually come back around. But yeah, I totally agree. That's going to be that's something that I just love that look, and it should be everywhere, personally.
Tell you what, how about I work with you and Rachel? We'll make some fucking merch based on what you just talked about.
No, okay, here, I'm gonna write this shit down. Hold on.
Hell yeah.
100%. It's gonna be an awkward, but I really am writing this down.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I feel like you and I work together really well with this kind of shit,
Oh, yeah. And like when we worked together with the baseline of Emo Mondays and the look of it,
Yeah.
you were like, hey, let's do something bright colors,
Mm-hmm.
maybe with some splatter paint, and
And
like go with this. Like, all right, let's just
exactly.
keep it simple, and like I think it's a good vibe. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. I think we can loop back up to recommendations. I know you don't
Yeah.
have new band recommendations, so what I can do is
Yeah. Lay it on me.
give you
Let's
a
get this.
couple. So for let's see, not a huge grunge chick, so I'm gonna base this more off of like the pop punky side or
Okay.
a day to
Cool.
remember side. So I'm gonna
Awesome.
recommend you two bands. One of them being With Confidence,
All right.
and the other one being Chunk No Captain Chunk.
No chunk. No Captain Chunk.
Yes, that is the song that I started today with. That was who that's by.
Oh. Yeah. Let me do a
It's
quick googs.
quick little Gugarino. And then if anybody in chat has a question for Dizzy or me, go ahead and ask that now.
And oh yeah, I've seen some of these albums. Maybe I have. I
You
don't
might have.
know them, but I feel like I must have heard something like because I've seen some of these albums before.
I feel good. I knew that I would not.
Nobody. Thank you for 11 months. They ask, you got games on your phone?
You got game. Yeah, Farmville. Have you ever played
Oh
that before?
no!
Yeah, I got some great Farmville right here. It's got a weird hentai game too.
Psycho is recommending you listen to Citizen, and I will agree with that. Citizen is also an amazing
Citizen,
band.
yeah. That was a band that a lot of people told me to listen to, but like, you know how sometimes you went on iTunes and you buy an album, then you download it, and then you just go right back to the playlist that you always listened. I did that for a lot, and that was actually one of the bands that I downloaded one or two of their albums, and I never listened to it, and I need to go back and do that.
Kat asked, what do you think of the new Chunk songs that have come out recently? I fucking love them. There's a reason that that was the song I played at the beginning. It's been on my daily listens for the entirety that it's been out, which is like 3 days. Listen to Hypa Hypa by Eskimo Cowboy. All right, I will definitely add that to the playlist. Shit, I missed it. It's okay. It's okay. Also, new 4 Years Strong. Ooh, 4 Years Strong. Absolutely
really?
fucks. They're one of my favorite bands as well.
Wait, when did that come out?
Which 4 Years Strong?
Yeah.
They're still putting out music.
Oh yeah, but like their most recent one. I feel like since the pandemic started, I haven't kept up with like any new stuff that's come out.
Completely
Was it 2
fair.
years ago? Really? Oh, I feel like I should know that.
Let's see.
Wow, you know what's sad is that really since I've gotten into Twitch, all right, so I'll give everyone a little backstory as to why I'm not really caught up on new shit these days.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work as an accountant for a public, I did IPOs and like public auditing and shit like that, and we weren't allowed for a long time to even have headphones in on the job. Like you would walk into an office room and they would be like, all right, so if any of our clients come in, you have to be as professional as possible. Don't even, show anything. Yeah. So accountant, for those of you that don't know, means OnlyFans. So you can check that out.
On TikTok,
OnlyFans.com/Dizzy's dildo. Actually, I should get that. For the record.
Hold on. Camera focus on me, please. Focus.
Yeah, there you go. But I worked at that firm in 2018, then went back for a master's, and then was with them until late last year. And my blood pressure was always so through the roof. Just for what I did, I couldn't listen to like a lot of the harder rock stuff that I would normally listen to. So I literally listened to like Legend of Zelda lo-fi for like 2 years just to like bring down my blood pressure at work. So like even when I was listening to stuff, it was all chill and relaxing and like take a deep breath, David. You can do this.
You can do
so I didn't
this.
bite anyone's head off. So that's one of the reasons. Yeah. So I need to get caught back up these days. Besides listening to fucking DMCA free shit.
I'm just gonna say this now. I am a great resource when it comes to music recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Psycho. 4 Year Strong's most recent album came out in 2020, so it came out last year, and it fucks.
Oh, okay.
It absolutely fucks. I will always recommend that shit.
Well, I'm looking at some of their album art, and like the one from 2011 with like the ship with the Kraken on it. That's fucking gorgeous.
Are we talking about 4 Year Strong?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Chunk
I'm
No
talking
Caption
about,
Chunk?
Chunk No Caption.
Oh yeah. Chunk No Caption Chunk.
Like these are awesome.
They are like the poster child of what I was going for. It's from 2011. Yeah, with the fucking
That's cool.
bright
Like,
colors
that's
and shit.
like that's cool tattoo shit is what that is. Like that just looks like I want that inked on my body.
Yeah. The album artwork is phenomenal there.
Yeah.
They're actually they're from France, aren't they? I think so.
I think so. Aren't they?
Yeah.
According to the Wikipedia, yes.
Yes.
Band formed in 2007 in Paris.
Hell yeah.
That's France, Psycho. Yes.
Yeah, Psycho was saying no to Don't Listen to the 2011 album.
Oh, I understand. Okay, gotcha. I was about to say, whoa, hold on. we need to have a geography lesson, my dude.
You named Paris? Psycho. That's badass as fuck. Sorry, I had to make the dumb joke. Okay, let's see. Any other recommendations that I have? I fucking have too many. Knocked Loose is a good harder one as well.
Let's see.
The new MGK album absolutely fucks. I have the same confidence in my taste in music as Gen Z indie kid. All right. Nobody, you listen to the weirdest shit, I swear to fuck. The resurgence of pop punk in general right now, Psycho, is absolutely fucking stellar. Like Magnolia Park, fucking Meet Me at the Altar, Stand Atlantic, those three bands right there. Fucking, if you're into pop punk, absolutely check that shit out. Chide State Youth Fountain? Okay. I will check that out as well. I need to actually dig through the song recommendation section on my Discord because I just neglect it a lot.
Well, I don't know if you know this about me, but I actually neglect Discord altogether.
Really?
So.
Dizzy, I
know,
hadn't fucking
it's so
noticed.
Strange. I feel like Psycho should be on the show instead of me right now. I'm just like looking into like, oh yeah, that one, that's a good one. Like, why didn't I think of that? Like, yeah, you're right. Cool.
Nah, have more faith in yourself. Fucking.
Oh dear.
I need to add more questions to this for sure, but I feel like this has gone pretty fucking well.
Oh yeah, this is fantastic. And what's great is like I'm like going through all of my old like libraries, and I'm like, wow, I can't remember last time I listened to some of this stuff, and like I always forget because I know it's technically alternative, but I always like my friends that introduced me to it always like put this band in like the I don't know, kind of the emo group that they would say. But like, did you ever listen to Anne Boleyn?
I did listen to Anne Boleyn.
I love Anne Boleyn, and I found them recently again on one of my old iPods. I just plugged it in to charge, like, let's see what's on this, and it was like all of the Anne Boleyn albums. And I gotta say, if you kind of like the alt indie rock stuff from like the early 2000s, and you haven't listened to Anne Boleyn, it's actually quite good. I really like their stuff. So
absolutely,
that's one, like, if you don't know about them, but like I'm a big fan because I can't believe I forgot about them.
That's part of the reason why I like doing this kind of stuff. That's why I like talking about music, because you'll fucking go back and you'll reflect on what you used to listen to, and you'll be reminded that, oh my god, some of this shit's really fucking cool. Why the fuck did I stop listening to it?
Well, and the other cool thing is that not only is it like, wow, I used to listen to this stuff, and like, you know, I used to listen to like Rise Against all the time for like while I was like driving home angry from school or whatever, and like it kind of brings you back to a time in your life that you get to relive just by listening to the song, right?
Absolutely.
Because like for and I know for me, like not everyone, but like music is really like tightly tied to emotions for me. So like when I listen to a song, I'm immediately like right back at like, oh man, like that was a cool time. Like I just start remembering shit that I was doing like at that time when I was listening to it. I mean, video games do the same thing in recent years, but like music just is so much more on your heartstrings.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I stop listening to it? Because you played it 10 times a day like we all did. Okay, I didn't need to be called out like that. Siren Songs of Counterculture is such a good Rise Against album, and the same with Revolutions Per Minute. Absolutely.
Revolutions was fantastic. I love that. And then oddly enough, there was one that came out. Hold on, I got what was one of their? Nope, that's not right. Appeal to Reason was fantastic. I love that album. It was one of their most, I guess, quote unquote, more recent. It was within the last 10 years.
Okay.
Albums. Oh, Endgame from like 2011. I didn't really listen to Black Market all that much. I think that was their most recent one.
Okay.
But Endgame came out, and I actually really like that entire album. Like it was I don't know, it wasn't quite as hard as some of their other stuff, but like it had a good social commentary for the time. It was, right after like some disasters and stuff, and like it was just cool to listen to, and even my mom was like, "This is actually a good song for the time," and I was like, "Yeah, I know."
There's a reason I listen to it.
I know, right?
I have another recommendation based off of Anne Boleyn, if you're cool with that.
Do it.
Picturesque.
I don't know if I've heard of them, actually.
I'm
Picturesque. Let's take a look. I don't know if I've seen these folks.
they're relatively recent.
Oh, interesting.
The song New Face is what got me into them, but they have a lot of really good shit.
I've actually never heard of these guys. I'm gonna need to.
Oh, bitch.
All right. Okay, I see you.
Okay.
Let's take a look. All right. They're gonna be in Pittsburgh in August.
Poggers. I'm not
Poggers
in Pittsburgh.
I'm
at
not
all.
in Pittsburgh either, but if you're interested, anyone listening, if
hey.
you live in Pittsburgh, yeah, go ahead.
Fly me out there, I'll go with you.
Oh, Do Re Mi. These. I know this song.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know this was them.
It might be a cover. I feel like it is.
Okay.
Feel like it is, but I'm not sure. I can't
Oh.
comment on that.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I have them added on Spotify now. All right, this is cool.
Perfect.
I'm down for this. All
Hell
right,
yeah.
Cool.
You love to see it.
I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Okay, I mean, that's really all the questions I had.
Well, I guess so. I know that there's going to be a lot of folks that that know you or like that are we like first time listeners to this that might know you from Twitch or like the Destiny community or whatnot. But I guess for folks that maybe are first time listeners, give us a little tidbit about yourself as the queen of being Ellie Beans.
Well, I am Ellie Bean. I am a trans fucking primarily Destiny streamer, but I would like to break out of that because just playing Destiny is tedious as fuck, and I hate it. I've been out for 2.5 years. I've been absolutely thriving since then. Fucking, I don't know how to talk about myself, Dizzy.
I know, right?
How do you do
It's
that?
strange.
How the fuck?
How how does one talk about yourself?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I've always, every time that someone like talks to me about, or like, you know, I used to do public speaking for a long time, and there's no harder subject to talk about than yourself, because it's always like one of those awkward conversations of like, well, I don't really want to seem like I can talk about myself forever, but like I know the most of it about anything about myself. It's just awkward to talk about it.
Yeah.
And you know, but get used to it. You're an awesome and cool person, so just talk about yourself.
Basically, I don't know how to talk about myself without trauma dumping on everyone. And I don't necessarily feel like this is the right place for that right now.
It's the sad emo Mondays.
I mean, you have a fucking point.
Come on.
I mean,
Let's put on the Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars and let's get this shit going. Like, come on.
fucking absolutely remember Alisana. They were fucking killer back in the day. Oh, fuck. I don't want to just trauma dump on everyone. I don't know.
Well, I mean, so for those that, you know, that might not know you, or kind of like, you know, some backstories or whatnot, what's kind of like your drive to pursue a podcast like this? Like what makes your heart tick for music and people, and like, you know, let's dump a little bit. This is pilot number 1, so like, I mean, let's get to know the Ellie Bean.
That's true. So my experiences with emo music started when I was probably, I was a freshman in high school. And honestly, my first concert was Broken Side. So if you want to lesson in cringe, go look them up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It was a fun time. I drank a lot of free energy drinks.
Oh my god. Oh dear.
What a fucking 14-year-old kid just not knowing how to interact with people at their first concert. It was, Dan. But fucking, I like emo music and alternative music because it's literally wearing your heart on your sleeve. I feel like it's so raw, it's so emotional, it's just perfect. And I've always had a super strong connection with music because I was in all of the jazz bands and shit in high school, and playing all that shit, learning how to fucking connect with artists via learning their music is super special. And I've been feeling the need to create something music-wise because that was the first thing that I wanted to do when I grew up, but I didn't end up going to school because I thought I was going to die before then. So I've just been vibing out here. I feel like talking about music is where I really shine, though. Talking about influences and how I've grown with music tastes and all that stuff.
Yeah. That's very fair. And yeah, I mean, you know, like you said, it kind of, it allows you to kind of wear your heart on your sleeve without actually doing it.
Exactly.
But then I think one of the biggest things for me was that, you know, growing up, I didn't really know how to communicate, right? Of like what I was feeling, what I was going through, what, you know, what made something more difficult for me. And like music was my way to kind of like, well, this person has felt like this at some point. They put it into words, you know? And I don't know, it's been a while since I've sat down and like thought about it in that sense. And, you know, music is healing, you know,
Absolutely.
No matter how, you know, quote unquote, no matter how damaged of a person you are, music brings out something that like helps you feel a little bit more the way that you think you should feel.
Absolutely.
And, you know, just talking to people about music is like a perfect way to do that, you know?
100%. Fucking Ellie bass album 1.
Yo.
Yeah, fucking listen. I've got a lot of fear and self-confidence. That's the word. Thank you. Self-confidence issues when it comes to music.
Self-conscious issues. I also have self-conscious issues.
But I do have an actual playlist on my Spotify called "Finish Learning These and Post Them, You Fucking Coward." So eventually it'll happen. Not just bass, but with acoustics and singing as well.
Hell yeah.
Because I absolutely love singing. I love learning acoustic versions of songs. And yeah, slap that bass like you would slap Dizzy's fat dump truck of an ass. Dizzy, you know exactly how that's gonna be.
That's some pretty hard hitting bass right there, if I don't say so myself.
All right, I think I'm comfortable calling it there. Not quite an hour, but I think we'll get there in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anytime you want to talk about more emo stuff or anything, you are welcome to come back. Just let me know.
Absolutely, and thank you for having me. I know that I'm especially nervous because like I'm your first guest. Like that's a lot. I hope that I live up to the rest of the amazing folks I know you're going to have on this, because there's going to be folks that will be able to talk everyone like in a circle around me. And it just, thank you for having me. This has been so much fun.
Dizzy, you're literally one of my favorite people I've ever met. Not just even on Twitch. I love the shit out of you.
I love you too.
Fucking.
Also, Miss Dizzy told me to give you a mwah.
Mwah. Give that right back to her.
On the butt. Oh, wait, what?
Ooh, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
I'm an ass gal.
Why
It
not?
works. It works.
It works.
I'm just saying, I kind of simp real hard for the both of you, so I get it.
Thanks, boo. we love you, and I hope that it's towards the end of this like weird year and a half that everyone's had, kind of getting out of quarantine and stuff. An in real life meetup in the Ellie Bean Queen world is going to be very soon. I hope.
I absolutely hope so.
Yep.
Okay. One more time where people can find you, and then we'll call it good.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, those of you that are interested, I do a lot of streams on Twitch. You can find me at twitch.tv/DizzyDlo, DLO. I'm starting to do a little bit more things away from Destiny, like Ellie, and focusing a lot on chatting, a lot on community, a lot about just the experience of live broadcasting rather than always playing a game or whatnot. And hopefully soon, the Mrs. Dizzy and I are going to be doing it at minimum at least one stream a week together, and we're very excited about that. Where we've been thinking about doing like some IRL stuff and maybe some like cooking streams or just like fun shit like that. And so yeah, we're working on different ideas, and starting in the next couple of weeks, I'm hoping to do some fun new things in the quote unquote Dizzyverse. And
Yes.
yeah, so that's going to be fun. And then if you're interested in like designs or logos or anything like that, you can check out designsbydizzy.com. That's where like 99% of the stuff I do is at. So yeah. Ta-da.
Absolutely. Fucking. Also, I want to fucking say, like, you think you're fucking nervous? This is my first time hosting fucking anything. I have not done anything like this shit before.
Well, kiddo, you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But all right.
Very
Fucking.
nonchalantly, just thanks, Dizzy.
Thanks, you fuck ass. Fucking. I think. It's next week is either Chroma or Wolf. I don't remember which one signed up.
Either way, it's going to be a great show regardless. I love them both.
Super fucking excited. Honestly, the fucking dojo people fucking slap.
I'll be
They're
honest, they
all
kind of
fucking
hit
amazing.
harder than most, if I'm being honest. Like, they're really cool.
Fucking raiding with them recently. I've been hanging out with them a lot. Oh my god, they're just such great fucking people.
Oh, yeah. Well, and plus, when I got to hang out with Chroma in person last week, I mean...
Fuck you, I'm so jealous.
Dude, I know, the dude's just great. Like, I had such a fun time hanging out with him. And I'll be honest, his significant other, Ruby, is like apparently Rachel's soul sister. So,
Oh my god.
I have a hardcore couple crush on them. So I will be here and listening to whoever you have on, but especially if it's Chroma.
Perfect. I think Chroma might be the following week. I think Chroma's gonna be out of town.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, actually, I get to see him again next week.
Fuck
Yeah,
you! God damn
He'll be
it!
in SoCal, so yeah, we're gonna hang out again. Yeah.
God damn it! All right. But
Well, friend, again, thank you for having me. Seriously, it's such a pleasure to be here. And
thank you.
You know,
Thank
Let's
you
do it
for
again.
being here, and thank you for being my first guest. This has been really fucking cool. I feel like it went really well. I was extremely fucking nervous, and I'm probably going to be nervous for the next like 25 and a half episodes, but I'm really excited to where this is going to go. I
Oh,
I have
100%.
high hopes. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
Give Dizzy the business.
Hold on, time out. Can I say one more thing before we go because I forgot to bring it up.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. So those of you that like the punk rock emo goth phase of life, and also might like Harry Potter, my good friend Dumpster Bonfire, aka Sean, introduced me to something last week, and it's a YouTuber, and his name is Internet Historian. He does a lot of like cool videos about like fun facts and things that happen like in life or around the world. But a while ago, he found online fan fiction about goth vampire Harry Potter. And I have to say, it's called My Immortal, and he does an entire reading of this entire fan fiction about this vampire goth wizard who loves My Chemical Romance. And it's the funniest shit I've ever listened to. It's not a band, but it's funny as shit, and I would highly recommend going to. Yeah, it's great. That's cool.
Dizzy, would you
That's the cherry on
mind?
top.
Would you mind slapping your ass sticker with me?
Yeah, so let me find it.
Or you can just slap your. You own your ass, so you can just. Okay,
I
perfect.
know, but
Okay.
my helmet with it on there. Oh, actually, no, I got it here. You ready?
Yep.
1,
Two.
and do it. Yep, and 3. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Nobody's apparently read the fan fiction.
Really? Oh shit.
Apparently. Okay.
It's something else.
I will see you next week. Let's go ahead and figure out who we're gonna be rating, because I do want to do that. I think that's a fucking good idea. Let's see who's on from our friends.
Let's see. We have. Have you ever heard of Ellie Bean?
I'm already live. Home slice.
Oh my God! You are live.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Nemo. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's see. Who do we got? We could always do Tony. I think
Yeah,
that's
do it.
actually a really good idea.
Wait.
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fucking goodbye everybody. Fucking be gay, do crime, chin up, tits out. Let's go say hi to Tony.
Do it.
/raid.
Shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's the
This is really awkward. It says I'm not following physics anymore. God damn it, Twitch.
Well, we can fix that.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks
Let's
everybody.
go.
This has been a fucking blast. I love you. Mwah.
Hi guys. Love you all. Thanks for having me.